And hello, welcome back to Nino Kuni. Let's see, last time we basically finished up all the stuff around Moon and all that. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's go. Alright. So, got 3 bounties. Got 3 errands to do. So, become scared of the sea increases. Did I not? No, alright, so this guy this is a different guy. Okay. No, it's for some reason it said it was new. Alright, so gotta do that, gotta do these. Okay. So what was it that I needed? I need to refresh, because it doesn't tell me exactly what I need. No. I need to make the thing for her. Flint dagger and yeah, I need a flint dagger. How do I get that? Right. So flint dagger. Let's see. I wonder if I can buy it. Not here. I can't. And so what do I need? Right. Where is she? There you are. They're usually carried by. Yeah, so florets. Right. Yeah, I need to defeat them with the ice thing, so they'll be cooled and whatnot. So flint dagger, and then defeat florets to get the whatever. Simple enough. Of course, knowing my luck, it will not be easy at all, but
come on! Here goes!
nice. Sweet.
We won!
Hooray! So we're leveled up to Lily, Pearl leveled up, and Riku leveled up to 10. So florets look like what again? And I could just look here. I really should just use this more often. Alright, let's see. Florets. So those are florets. See, that's really cool. I go out just like that, but if I go super close, it becomes animated. That's really cool. Let's see. Believed to have sprung from the hearts of sun-kissed plants. Infinity, water. Okay, so that's what they look like. Sweet.
Let's go!
Never mind.
Here goes!
Alright.
Nice flash!
Nice job. Let's see. Those cats that we have now, so
Here goes!
nice.
We did it!
Supple leather.
Nito!
We leveled up to level 11. Slumber Hut. Leaves. Alright.
Stay calm now. Here goes.
So they should be around this area. So. Nice.
Easy.
Goku leveled up. Learn a thing. Awesome. Okay.
Watch this. Here goes.
Yeah, just beat him. There we go.
Nito!
Neato. Star drop. Cool. Fine.
Let's go! Here goes!
Ow.
We did it!
Guess they're learning to cheer. Awesome. I don't want to get to a point where like they're gonna run away. That looks keep
Here we
confusing
go.
those hog goblin things for the things I'm looking for. The florets or whatever.
Nice work!
Fine.
Here we go! Here goes!
Nice.
We did it!
Huzzah! We go up to level 12. This is going to be some water. Oh, whetstones. We are in the bayous, apparently. So... trying to look for bounties too. Where are they?
Stay calm now. Here goes. Nice work.
I think I leveled up. Yes. Let's see, so what do... hold on. No, not that. There we go. Oh. Right. Okay. The shimmering sands, okay. That's what they look like. Got it. They're gonna be running away from me, aren't they? Okay, let's... Is it gonna be this crap again? Yes! Okay.
Stay calm now.
No, 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 no. No, not.
We did it.
That better give me the rainbow leaf one. I'm gonna have to do that 2 more times. Okay, there's one. No, 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 no. I think I almost had him, but I messed up. Nice.
We're under attack!
Oh no! You stupid! Kill it. Go ahead. Do it.
I'll give it
Fine.
fuel!
Okay, never mind then.
We did it!
They ran away. You stupid. I think that's, yeah, that's one. Ooh, oh, no, 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 no. There we go. Oh, don't kill it.
Here we go!
Let me do that. Also,
We did it!
I should be getting another one. Yes, 2 now. Oh, 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 no, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Sweet.
Let's go!
Okay.
Easy!
Alright. Should be... Alright. So that's... So now... I know we have the Ember Stone stuff or whatever it is, but... Need something about that dagger thing. Let's go. Also, where is the bounties? I don't see them anywhere. Just kind of weird because I have 3 of them. Something about a shipwreck on one of them. I don't know about that. Al-Mamoon. Yep, yep. Yeah. No, do not want to equip it. Alright, so now we got that stuff. We got the stuff for the lady person. Now, if we could just find out where these bounties are. Robinson Island, near Robinson Island on the I have no idea what that is. Okay, let's go back to the place and be like, hey, here's the stuff. And then we'll figure out about where we're supposed to go for the bounties and whatnot. Because I'm not exactly sure. Alright. Well, it's whatever that is. I don't know how to get to it.
We're under attack!
Oh no!
We did it!
Sid learned Razzle Dazzle. Alright. Zero boosting magical attack. Alright. Okay. Alright.
We did it!
Riku's now level 13.
We're under attack!
Okay. Sure we are. Okay.
We did it!
And then we're on the Summerlands. How do we get to that thing wants us to go to? Something about ruins and things like that. Alright. So we need to you. Need foot dagger, Emberstone. But I flint dagger and nice. Hey, here. We're back and we brought you a candle cutter. Oh, wonderful, simply wonderful. Something so magnificent created from such simple materials. I can hardly believe it. Oh, you better believe it. Wizards like Only Boy can do all sorts of amazing stuff. Ah, I do love alchemy, so... Oh, I wish I to become a wizard like you. Oh, perhaps I should give you something to thank you for showing me the candle cutter. Please take this. 2 rings, a bell, 2 whetstones, and 400 guilders. Sweet. There are all sorts of formula in my wizard book. I can teach you some of them, perhaps. Receive some new alchemy formula. Go to the cauldron to try them out. Oh. So to make weapons and whatnot. Okay. And this is nothing I can make, but awesome. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Brought you those rainbow leaves you wanted. Yes, yes! These are perfect, I think. You have done the world of fashion a great service, young man. So you can make that swimsuit now? I can, most certainly I can. You are hereby witnessing the birth of a new and exceedingly important trend. Your role in its realization shall not be forgotten. Of course. Please accept this token of gratitude and do not forget me when you have need of a designer. 4 wildflower sundays and 400 guilders. Awesome. Sweet. So all that stuff's complete right now. Now, let's see about that stuff. Sure, might as well just go ahead and get it. all we got right now is the bounties. There's no clear direction about where to go, so... Let's see. Yeah, let's equip him with that, since he's basically our main, I guess you can say. Right now, at least. No. So you got that equipped. Oh, right. She's kind of a bit ways off on the leveling up, so... Clearly the main quest wants us to go there. But these are talking about Robinson Island. Don't know where that is. Okay. 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 So we need a boat now. Apparently. I'm assuming that we will get that from the star. So let's do that. Hi. Excuse me, sir. Are you the captain of this ship? That I am, lad. Captain and master of all who sail in her. You have a beautiful boat, Captain. You do not need to tell me that. She is the most beautiful on the seven seas. There is not a finer or more fearsome ship afloat. And her name is no less no less fine or fearsome, for she is the legendary Sea Cow. I have something to ask you, Captain. Would you let us ride aboard your ship? You seek passage aboard the Sea Cow? We need to get to Optimia. fast, girl. Do you believe you can merely stroll aboard? Who do you think you are? Well, Captain, Well, Captain, and may I say what a fine captain you are. The young man standing before you and I know it seems unlikely, but bear with me. This unassuming scrap of a lad here, Oliver, his name is only on a journey to save our flippin' world. And he's only accompanied by none other than myself, Jrpg, Lord High, Lord of the Fairies. Oh, and I'm Esther. You are a fairy? I have traveled the world, but never have I seen one of your kind before. So, lad, you travel to save the world with a fairy for a companion? Ha ha ha, then surely my ship alone will not suffice. You will need 2 ships, a fleet even. Ha ha ha. Does that mean we can ride with you? But of course, boy. Just as soon as you have shown me a letter of passage from our beloved Khalifa, the most exalted Lola. We sail, after all, for her glory, and for that of Al Mamoon. Should the Khalifa see fit that to grant you permission to come aboard, I will refuse you nothing. Alright, Captain, we'll go get that letter from right now. Ha ha ha, fine words, lad, but easier said than done, I fear. Still, if you are truly to save our world, it should be the work of mere moments. Ha ha ha. I don't think he believes us, does he? Doesn't matter. We just have to prove him wrong. If I can bring him that letter of passage, he'll have to believe us. Let's go back to Al Mamoon and get it. Khalifa Lola, eh? I wonder what she's like. Looking forward to this, I am. I flipping love royalty, me. Alright. So yeah, I'm assuming that we get the ship, and then we'll be able to go get the bounties and whatnot, because they're on a little bit different part, it seems. Get no errands, just in case I'm, So I gotta do a little bit of the story to get the bounties and whatnot. That's fine. That's just fine to me.
Let's do it!
Alright. Sure. Nice.
We did it!
Sword leveled up to level 19. Lily leveled up to level 19. Sweet. So back to Al Mamoon we go. Yeah. Yep. Lily metamorphosed into a bigger boggle. The number of different tricks Lily can perform in battle increased it by 1. Awesome. Yeah. defense up a little bit. Get your magic defense up. Let's get his magic defense up, because... oh well, that was close. Okay, that was weird. Okay, so his magic defense can't go up more. Okay, I guess I wasted those then. I guess that makes sense, because, like, I assume to go over there or whatever, and that's how you go into the
Stay calm now.
bit. I guess. Alright.
We did it!
We did it. Leveled up to level 4. Sweet. Back to Alma Moon we go. I'm probably gonna have to do something for Khalifa or whatever, so gotta be prepared for that. I kind of assumed it was going to be something like that because yeah, there was a way to go through the palace and whatnot, so makes sense. So where do we need to go exactly? Aren't you listening, cloth ears? To where the Khalifa is, ain't it? The palace, man, the palace. It's beyond the main square, Oliver. I'll show you the way.
Huh? Yikes!
What's wrong, Esther? Nothing, I just had a funny feeling we were being followed for a second. Sure, it's nothing. Sorry, let's get going, shall we? Sure. By the beard of the mighty, the regal lines, the majestic curve of the nostril, your nose, it is in every respect the same as hers. I'm sorry? Please, you must let me study it. What? Who are you? His name is Khan. And we're back. Forgive me, I am but a humble artist. I am currently painting the portrait of one to whom you bear a most striking resemblance. I look like the person in your portrait. Indeed, and alas, I am unable to meet her in the flesh. Will you not allow me to study you a little more? Well, if you must, go ahead. Yes, so it is more like this. The line of the jaw is key. Yes, of course. Thank you. I am in your debt. I know just what I must do to finish my masterpiece. You have my eternal gratitude. That's all right. You're very welcome. I was returned to my studio right away. Farewell. Well, I wonder who this person he is. Wait, I wonder who this person is. Who looks like me. Bleh. Whoever it is, the artist certainly seems to think she's rather beautiful. Crikey, these arty types are a bit intense, aren't they? Not to mention a bit flipping weird. What do you mean? Oh, nothing, just that, you know. He was a bit of a funny one. Did you not think so? Just me, was it? Righto, I'll shut my big mouth, shall I? So, time to get moving, is it? Sure, let's go. All right. Yes. Right. Let us leave again. Right. Tidy, this here's the palace. Let's get ourselves inside, shall we? Halt! You may not pass. You think you can just walk into the palace of our most revered Khalifa unannounced? What seems to be the problem here? Master Abul. Okay. These miscreants were attempting to enter the palace without permission. Is that so? Wait, you are the Babana merchant's daughter, are you not? I am Abul, vizier of our esteemed Khalifa. Your father's efforts to supply her magnificence with Babanas are, as ever, most highly appreciated. I had heard that you were unwell. It seems that you are recovered. Yes, I am much better now, thank you. That is excellent news. Tell me, child, what business have you at the palace? Well, sir, you see, we need a ship, and we can't get one without a letter of passage from the Khalifa. You and your friends wish to journey to the lands across the sea. I sympathize, and I would dearly love to arrange an audience for you. However, something wrong? I'm afraid the Khalifa is indisposed. Much as it would please her, she is currently unable to hear the requests of any of her subjects. Well, that's too bad. Apologies, but she has requested that she not be disturbed under any circumstances during her afternoon snack. I guess we'll just have to wait until after that. Would that you could Would that you could, but her afternoon snack is immediately followed by her second lunch. And after that, then comes her late afternoon snack. Is there any time when she's not eating? Alas, her majesty's miraculous hunger dictates that she dine even during her sleeping hours. Okay. This is why I'm forced to spend my every waking hour procuring her most beloved food. But I must be going. Her most beloved food? I wonder what that could be. Forgive me, I must make necessary arrangements before the merchant's supplies are exhausted. I am most terribly sorry that I am not able to grant you an audience. Curses. I must hurry. If I cannot prepare her majesty's next meal in good time, she will be most displeased. Master Abul has spoken. Leave the palace. Looks like we don't have much choice, Oliver. Come on, we'll come back later. So, the Khalifa has a very special favorite food, is it? Hey, I bet if we found out what it is and took her some of it as a present, we'd be allowed to see her. That's a neat idea, Esther, but we don't know what her favorite food is. Oi, oi, Ollie boy. You know how we can find out, don't you? Come on, slow coach. We go to your world and find her soulmate, ain't it? Of course, if we find her soulmate, we can find out what their favorite food is and give some to the Khalifa. And how do we find out who the Khalifa's soulmate is? Never seen her before. So we need to find out what the Khalifa looks like, but we can't go and meet her. But if we can't meet her, how are we supposed to find out what she looks like? I saw her once in a parade when I was little, but it was so long ago I can't remember anything about her. So what do we do? Jeepers. We don't know what the Khalifa's favorite food is, and we don't know what she looks like. I have to confess, I'm completely out of ideas too. All this thinking's making my head hurt, man. Tell you what, let's go down the cat's cradle and sleep on it, shall we? Well, I guess I am kind of tired. The cat's cradle is near the entrance down. Okay, let's go rest a while. Yeah. I'm gonna go sell something so we can actually stay there. Okay, so you don't actually sell anything now. Boop, 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 boop. Sell. I think it's like 20, right? But, yeah, just in case, 30. Alright. So let's go on up. And let's go rest. That sounds good. There we go.
Welcome to the Palace of Pampering, the cream of Cat's Cradle establishment. Oh my! I must apologize. Oh, please, you must excuse me. Is it finished? Is it really
The paint
finished?
is scarcely dry, but it is completed at last.
Oh, how I long to see it. Now, please, hang it over here.
Isn't that the artist who? Yes, it is. I wonder how his picture turned out.
At last, the grand unveiling! Oh, my beloved Khalifa!
So the person he thought I looked like was the Khalifa.
That's fancy. It's not every day you get compared to royalty.
Now feast your eyes upon the divine beauty of her most
my!
admired majesty.
Huh? But that's...
Oh, it is divine, truly divine. Her matchless beauty takes one's breath away. You're pleased with it? Pleased? Why, it is worth thrice what I promised to pay you for it. By the beard of the mighty, truly? But we shook upon it, did we not? Perhaps next time. I see. Excuse me? Yes? I don't look anything like her. Hmm? You said I looked like her. You misunderstood, young lady. It is not a picture of you, merely. Mr. Jrpg? Hey, what is it, man? This is just getting interesting. We need to go to Motorville right now. I just realized who we need to go, who we need to see. You did, eh? I sure did. Miss Layla is Khalifa's soulmate. I just know she is. Of course she is. That's clever of you, Audie boy. Thanks, Mr. Jrpg. When I saw that picture, I knew right away. Righto. Let's get moving then, shall we? I don't feel tired all of a sudden. Me either. Hey, Esther, come on, we have to go. Huh? I look absolutely nothing like her. Do I look that fat to you? I am not fat. You're still kinda angry, huh? What do you mean? I'm not angry in the slightest. Yeah, I'm 6 foot flipping 6. Looks like we'd best leave her to it. I guess we should, huh? So I'm just gonna still rest and save because we haven't saved yet. Yeah. Saving. Trust you had another perfect night's sleep at the cat's cradle. Yes. Yes, we did. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, he's looking good. Yes. Okay. All right. But I say it myself, I believe I may have created something of surpassing beauty. Sure you have. This gateway. Alright. Okay. So, just over this way. Huh? The door is locked. Looks like the shop ain't open yet. I'm sure if we wait right here, she'll be along soon. It's time to open it up already. Someone's coming. Oh, Oliver. Oh, hello, Oliver. Bleh. Myrtle, hi. How are you? Are you feeling better now? I am, and it's all thanks to you, Oliver. What are you doing here? Do you need something from the store? Wait a moment. I'll just open up for you. There's this girl. I feel like you know her somehow? Yes, and she looks just like me. It's like she's my long-lost twin or something. She looks much more like me than the stupid old Khalifa. Can she not see me or something? There's perceptive of you. She can't see you nor me either. Really? So I'm invisible? What a strange feeling. Of course you're invisible. You're from another world, ain't it? Huh? Did you say something, Oliver? No, I didn't. Anyway, how come you're here at Miss Layla's store, Myrtle? I work here now. Miss Layla and my mom are friends, and when she heard that I was better, she said I should come work for her. Gee, that's real nice of her. Say, Myrtle, is Miss Layla around? Sure, she's busy training right now, but I'm sure she'll be back soon. What, Miss Layla, training? That's right, she started running. Is she on a diet? No, silly, she's exercising so that she can eat even more. Okay. Huh? How do you mean? Aha, Myrtle, I'm back. Why, if it isn't young Oliver. Hello, dearie. Good morning, Miss Layla. Myrtle, I can't wait any longer. Would you... Yes, Miss Layla. I'll go get it for you right now. Oh, it's no good. I just can't wait that long. I have some in the store, dear. You stay out here and clean or something. My, I never saw anybody so crazy about their favorite food. What was that? Did she say favorite food? Oi, Ollie boy, I bet it's the same as the Khalifa's. You're right, let's go find out what it is. See you soon, Myrtle.
Miss Layla, what is she eating? It's cheese. A whole lot of cheese.
That's right, dearie, and it's not for sale. None of it. It's all for little old me.
Quick, Ollie boy! She'll scoff the whole lot if you're not careful. Hurry up and grab some! Sharpish!
Okay. Please, Miss Layla, could you give me a piece of your cheese?
You know I'd do anything for you, dearie, but not
Please,
that.
just
oh,
one
no,
piece.
No.
Just one
No,
tiny
I said no.
little piece.
Heave, man!
Mine.
Heave with all your
Have
might!
it. I'll never let you
Oliver.
have it. It's
Go
mine.
on.
Mine, I tell you. All mine.
It's kind of a shock, huh? Sure is. I had no idea. I had no idea she was so obsessed. It's better not to go near her when she's eating cheese. I know that now. Myrtle? Myrtle? Sounds like she needs help. Better go inside. Goodbye now. Jeepers. So what do we do now? Slayla's store is the only place in town that sells cheese. The only place. Oliver! What's wrong? Oh, hi, P. We kinda need some cheese. Cheese? That's right, it's the Khalifa's favorite food. Who's he talking to? Must be his imaginary friend again. Here we flip and go. Huh? We can make it? Make our own cheese? Yes, with your magic, lots and lots of cheese. But I can't. I don't know how. Yes, you do. Just try. Just try? You think it's really that easy? Yes. But do I even have a spell I can use to do that? Hey, wait! She's gone. Fun talking to your imaginary friend, did you, Ollie boy? Better than talking to your real friends, was it? Oh, imaginary friend? You mean P? P? Who's that? What do you mean? She was right here. I didn't see anyone. Maybe only you can see her, Oliver. Really? But how come? Well, maybe it's just like how Wordle can't see me, but I can see her. You might be right, you know. I've never seen this P either. Anyway, what did P say to you, Oliver? Oh yeah, she told me to use my magic to make some cheese. What's that? Make it with magic, you say? Well, she may be too shy to let us see her, but she ain't afraid to stick her neck stick her neck out advice-wise. Sorry about that. You mean it won't work? It'll work. The whole point of magic is to make the impossible possible, ain't it? But I guess it's difficult without the right ingredients, huh? But we do have them. We do? Of course we do. Back down the moon, the fountains of milk. So we use magic to turn the milk from fountains into cheese? Now that we can do. Tidy. Righto, Ollie boy. Let's get back to our world, shall we? Yes, let's go straight to the fountains of milk and try it out. There in the main square, back now, moon. Alright, back we go. Oh, right. There's the guy again. bum 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 bum. I guess it has to be this one. These are the fountains of milk. Gee, is that real milk? Of course, the freshest, creamiest milk there is. And there's so much of it. You can just keep trying until you get it right. Keep trying. You think I can't do it, huh? I didn't mean anything by it. Come on, you've got to conjure up some cheese. Focus. Now, do you know how cheese is made? Sure, you heat some milk, then you add lemon and salt. And you skim the solid part off for the top and it turns into cheese. Blimey, a regular cheesemonger you are. This should be cheesy peasy. Wow. Then all you need is the right spell, ain't it? Sure, let me look. Cheese. So... secret ingredient? Look at that, it's flippin' working. It really is, you're so good at magic, Oliver. But you could even make sweets if you put your mind to it. And cakes. Oh, I could just eat a... Hey, stop that, I'm trying to concentrate.
Wow.
Jeez. Look at the flipping size of that man. And you went and made some sweets and all. That was Esther's fault. I bet you wanted some of those. I bet you wanted some too, though, didn't you? Shouldn't distract somebody when they're trying to cast a spell. Oh, don't be like that. Now we can go and see the Khalifa. Our present's a little on the large side, but I don't suppose it would matter. The bigger the better, I reckon. Let's please her with cheese. Good day to you all. How may I be of service? We bought some cheese to give to the Khalifa, Mr. Abul. Sir? Cheese? Praise be to the ancients. I had thought there was none remaining in all the land. The Khalifa just can't get enough of it, huh? How did you hear of this? It is a secret known only to those within the palace. No matter. You are correct. Her Majesty is indeed a great admirer of cheese in its many forms. She will undoubtedly grant an audience to any who come bearing such a gift. Please, you must follow me. Quickly. Awesome.
Jeepers, that's the Khalifa? She probably ended up this way because of...
Shadar, the stinking rotbag.
Oh. What is that divine aroma? Abba!
Here, your majesty. Bountiful Khalifa, these humble servants come bearing most delicious tribute.
Whoa.
Heavens, what a dear sweet child. Bring it to us now, there's a good boy.
Please.
Huh? You want me to take it to her?
Quickly now, young man, bring it to us. Hurry!
That's not sticking at all, but okay.
Delicious cheesy wheeze. Do you have more for us?
More?
More! Bring us more!
Magnanimous Khalifa, if you continue to eat so prodigiously, I fear you may burst.
A bull! We are hungry!
Your request does not go unheard, Majesty, but I fear for your bovinity's well-being.
That there is one utterly broken heart.
What? But...
She might not look broken-hearted, but depending on which bit of heart is missing, all manner of weird things can happen. See, what Her Majesty's lacking right now is a drop of restraint.
restraint?
That's right. And without it, she can't control the urge to stuff her right royal face. We won't be getting any favors out of her until we've sorted this out. You mark my words.
Okay, so we need to find some restraint somewhere, huh?
There's quick of you, Ollie boy. You have been paying attention after all.
Let's go then, shall we?
Please, you must do all you can to help Her Majesty.
Alright. Restraint, huh? Can you think of anyone who with a lot of restraint, Esther? Let me see. There must be someone. We can use the locket to try and look for someone, but this is a big old town, man. Let's try the shopkeepers first, shall we? It's a neat idea, Miss Jrpg. The people who own the shops know everybody in the town. They hear all their news, too. They do, don't they? Great. Let's ask around all the shops, then. Yeah? Oh, is that so? Well. So they got into the palace, did they? And what did they talk about? Did they now? Okay. Keep me posted on what's going on inside. And my payment? Don't worry. You'll get your reward. By the next time we meet, I'll have scored you something decent. Do you mean that you will steal something? No, don't be stupid. It's just a figure of speech. Now concentrate on the job at hand, will you? I'm counting on you to be my eyes and ears. Don't let me down. All right. Right. Call you Rook troubled. Well, if it's equipment tough enough to survive the harsh desert environment you're after, you come to the right place. Actually, we came to ask you something. We need to find somebody with a lot of restraint, but nobody seems to know a person like that. You must be rooking in all the wrong places. Unless I'm raving mad, I know just the person. Oh, do you? Oh, who? Oh, you do you? Bleh. Who is it? Please, you have to tell us. A bull, of course. If I hit his patience, I'd be crowing about all over town. A bull? That's right. The bird told me quite a story about him. It was a few years ago now. One day, the Khalifa decided out of the blue that she wouldn't be content until she had tasted all the cheeses in the world. Cheese? Guess she really is just like Miss Layla, huh? Without a moment's hesitation, a bull set off to rook for them all. Through forests and across oceans he went, battered by blizzard, and often surviving on little more than a wing and a prayer. Finally, he came home to roost, and when he did, it was with a cart piled high with every cheese under the sun. God blimey. Must have stank. Now that's what I call restraint, and my goodness does he need it, with her majesty crowing on at him at all the time. Crikey, there's impressive. He did all that, risked his life and everything, just so her moosiveness could have a snack. Tidy, I think we've found our man, Holly boy. Neato, we should go find him right away. Call a customer. Nope. Nothing here. Alright. To find the dude, going to a bool, going to a bool. Okay. Is there a bull, sir? We found out about somebody with a whole lot of restraint. You did? This is excellent news. You must tell me, who is it? It's you! Me, but impossible. Found the slightest. Peter, patience. Look at Ollie Boy's locket. It's going up a treat. Would you let us borrow some of your restraint, Mr. Abul? Well, of course you may. For her majesty, anything. What must I do? There's nothing to it. Just lay back and think about... Well, get on with it, Ollie boy. Sure, here goes. You obtain some restraint. Tidy. All done. Already? This is truly enough to restore Her Majesty to her former glory? You bet it is. Cheesy wheeze. Mountains of delicious cheesy wheeze. And all for us. Nom 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 nom. She's got cheese on the flipping brainer. Even dreams about this stuff. Quick, Golly boy. Magic her better, will you? Yes, sir. Restraint.
Upsy daisy! Oh, goodness! Oh,
Crikey!
Goodness! We feel quite marvelous. Whatever can have happened to us?
These humble servants made your Majesty's ailing heart whole again. I pray that our beloved Khalifa's most generous appetite has now abated.
Well, now, we still wish to enjoy the finer things in life, of course. But we have come to feel that a measure of gastronomic restraint may serve to set a good example for our dearest subjects.
Your words are music to the ears of your people. Al Mamoon can return to its former magnificence.
Indeed it can, and we are simply itching to return to our labors.
Munificent Khalifa, should these humble servants not be rewarded for their services to Al Mamoon?
Indeed they should. Boy, is there something you desire?
Yes, Your Majesty, if it's not too much trouble.
Well, what is it?
We'd like to borrow your ship.
Ship? Ooh, a little floaty-woaty. Yes, of course. But of course you may borrow it. It is of little use to us. We will write a letter to the captain, ordering him to help you in any way he can.
You will? Gee! Thank you, Your Majesty.
Tidy! The boat is in the bag.
But why in the world would a dear little thing like you have need of our floaty-woaty? Here.
Chunk. Obtain the letter of passage.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you, Grievous.
Well, we asked you a question, did we not?
Well,
Go on, man.
okay. We need to find one of the great sages.
The great sages? Yes, we are aware of them. Abul, we know of them, do we not?
Indeed, most learned Khalifa, but little has been heard of such men since the magical arts fell from favor. Why do you seek the great sages, travelers?
We need their help. We need their power to defeat Shadar.
What?
Is something wrong?
We are not unamused. But we can see that you speak in earnest. Very well. We will tell you what we know.
You will? I can't wait to hear it.
There were once 4 great sages. We understand that one of them was defeated by Shadar.
Mom.
But we know of one who did not perish.
You do?
Well,
He lives in the land of Hamlin, a detestable and warlike realm.
Sounds like fun.
But he is a handsome young thing. We even keep a picture of him. Abul?
crikey, sounds like she's got a bit of a crush on the poor lad.
So this is one of the great sages, huh?
That's a clue and a half, that is, Ollie boy. There's...
You obtained a portrait.
Now, before you take your leave, we shall teach you some magic to aid you on your journey.
Really? You're a wizard too, Your Majesty.
Well, not a fully fledged wizard, perhaps, but we royals all know a few select spells. King Tom undoubtedly has a trick or two up his own kingly sleeves.
He sure does. He taught me some real neat magic.
How quaint. We hope that you will find our own still neater. Here.
You received a page describing a nature's tongue spell. Burden spell.
Oh yeah, man. That's a cracker, that is. A real classic, like.
It's your lucky day, Oliver.
Yeah.
May it serve you well. Do be careful out there now, won't you?
Yes, Your Majesty. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Alright. Run! Hmm? Nope, not. Not mean to do that. That doesn't take up any magic points or whatever. Why don't you just go. Hopefully he's not gone. Okay, he's there still. Right. Nice to see you again. Did you have fun crossing the desert? Fun? It was flippin' boiling fun. Boiling for you, maybe, Pipsqueak. I am a ghost, and ghosts don't feel the heat, so there. What are you doing here, Horace? I'm looking at these fountains. They're amazing. They squirt out milk. All the milk a boy could drink. They're what Al Moon is famous for. But the spicy smell coming from the food stall is mixing with the smell of milk. It's strange. Ah, you think so? I kinda like it. Hey, there are still loads of spells you don't know yet, aren't there, Oliver? Well, I am trying. It's just that my Wizard's Companion is kinda, most of the pages are missing. Missing? Oh yeah, I had to give you the page for Spirit Medium, didn't I? Uh-huh. When Mr. Jrpg first gave it to me, the only spell inside was Gateway. Really? So the pages had been torn out? I bet it was that idiot Shadar's doing. Alright, I suppose I'd better help you fill it back up again, hadn't I? Bitey, there's generous. Maybe I was wrong about you being a stingy little midget after all. Well, I'm not just going to hand a load of pages over, if that's what you were thinking. Oliver will have to prove his wizarding comprehension skills first. The Wizard's Companion isn't just full of spells, there are also stories in there that were gathered by the sages for over the centuries. Those have probably been torn out, too, so stories are pretty powerful after all. They might inspire people to stand up to them. Right, I'm going to give you one to get you started. Have a read. It's one of my favorites. Contained a new tale of wonder. Well, I hope you read it carefully, because I've got a question for you. Let me save real quick. Yeah, I'll be saving. Going to save. Alright. So... what did he give me? Wait. Seventh tale. Oh. Um. Okay, hold on. What about? So something about a either self. So something about hold on. All right. So which one? The Dragon of the West. Whoop. Whoop. Didn't see that. What? Oh. After some time, news reached the king that two dragons were ravaging the eastern and western edges of this kingdom. People were terrified and looked to their king to deliver them from this terrible evil, upon which the king announced that he should go and smite the dragons himself. But even the fearsome lion stood no chance of defeating two such terrible dragons. What should I do now? Prince considered the lion's question. At length provided him with a suitable scheme. The lion headed east. Shall now slay. Thou art now the king of the land. First, the dragon paid him no heed, but when the dragon witnessed the humans around him, said, sorry, I'm not like fully reading, I'm just like, oh, so it, okay, so it continues. Alright. Old 10 years. Okay. Difference to decided the third dragon slain, 9 points scratching inside. What? Smallest target. What? Yes. Okay, here it goes. There's quite a few characters in this story. Remember them all. Third smallest set of prints. Lion King, Dragon of the East, Dragon of the West was the third, so that'd be the okay. So the Dragon of the West. Gotcha. I saw that the big dragon was the one that comes from the west. So correct. Very impressive. Your comprehension must be almost as good as mine. Oh, I said I'd help you fill your wizard companion and back up tonight. Here. Draw a poison spell. Thanks, Horace. Suppose it doesn't mean giving you a question like that, but you work that out eventually. But that's what being a wizard's all about. Learning to look carefully at every detail, understand what's going on. Instead of the wise old man talk with you. You're no flippin' older than Ollie Boy here. I'm not? No, I don't suppose I am. At least I don't seem to be. What's that supposed to mean? Strange, I feel like I'm forgetting something really, really important. Never mind, I can't believe how much this place has changed. I'm going to see if other towns around the world are as different these days. I think I'll head somewhere the bracing sea breeze next. I might not be able to feel the wind on my face, but I can still enjoy the view. See you soon. Alright. Alright. Get back to the place, finally. Alright. Nice to get back into some combat here.
We can do this!
Can't wait. Evil embrace. Cool.
We did it!
Goku and Lily both leveled up. Now they're starting to run away now.
We can do this!
Nice.
Nice work!
Level 6. Sweet. Alright. Righty-ho. First things first. Let's go and let that captain know we're back, shall we? If he lets us straight onto the boat, we won't have to change into our bathing suits, huh? Really? That's a shame. I was starting to rather like mine. I can't wait to go over there, hand over the letter of passage, and show Captain Smugpants who's boss. Let's do it. We have the clue to help us and find the next great sage. We're all set. It's funny though, isn't it? That someone so young could be a sage. I mean, he's so much younger than my father. A darn sight more handsome and old. Ah. We need to get to Hamlin or whatever right away. Come on, let's go to see the captain. I'll have that, thank you very much. Him again? No, the picture, it's gone. What? The letter of passage too. He stole them both. Crikey, he's a pain in the neck, that one. Come on then. We'd best get after him, ain't it? Yes. Now, if anyone makes a big stink, oh, you're not in your bathing suit, I'm gonna slap them. Look, it's him. Told you to get this boat moving. The letter of passage does not belong to you. I know you, thief. You stole it. From whom? Who cares? Just shut up and let me on board, will you? I've got the letter. That means I got to ride on the ship. I know my rights. Now, are you going to take me to Optimia or not? Well, belay there, friend. There is no need to be so agitated. What is so urgent that it may not wait for a favorable wind? I need to find him. I need to tell him. Him? Who is this him? Listen, I just have to go there and see someone, okay? He's doing it all wrong. So I have to go and show him how to do it right. Come on, take me there. You are known in this town. Why would I let one such as you aboard my precious ship? Here, listen, I have to get there, alright? If anything happens to him because you won't take me, you won't forget it in a hurry. Save your empty threats and tell me, instead of whom you speak, why would you have me take you to him? Gah, none of your business. Now shut up and get this boat moving. Stop. Give us back our things. Damn it. Not again. You have returned, lad. Well met. Wait, the letter of passage. Is it yours? Yes, Captain, he stole it from us. Just as I thought. The Khalifa would never grant such a privilege to a common criminal. Be gone. So does that mean you're not going to take me? But can't you see? Can't you see it's all for him? I have to get to the Empire. Ah. What is this? Careful, Oliver. Something's not right here. The black mist. It's another nightmare. See, there's a chest over there. Nightmare. Oliver, what does that mean? Be careful, Esther. It's going to attack. What? Oh no.
Jeepers! Goodness!
Okay. Swaine's nightmare. Void of restraint. Alright. freaking... No, 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 no. I think I got that.
Give it my all.
Okay.
Do my best.
Gosh, dang it. Okay, well I'm... awkwardly running away. Alright. Sprite dude does that. Okay.
Roger.
Let's see. What? What did I... Really? Dang it.
Roger.
Okay, jerk. Go away. I got that off. Come on.
We did it.
10. So level up to level 22. Go, level 18. Sid level 17. Riku level 15. Ow, hang on. Where am I? You got taken over by a nightmare, man. Think it might have made you have a bit of a funny turn, like. Can we have our picture back now? Shut up, all of you. Get away from me. If you come one step closer, I'll tear your precious picture in tiny pieces. Jrpg, what should we do, Mr. Jrpg? I think he's still heartbroken. What's he missing, though, I wonder? I get it. Same as Khalifa, ain't it? He's got no restraint, so he can't help himself. He just runs around pinching things willy-nilly. So we need to find some more restraint, do we? But where do we look? Abul already shared his with us. This is where your locket comes in handy, ain't it, Polly? Polly boy. Castaway Cove ain't too big. We'll find some restraint in no time. Let's start looking then, shall we? I don't care what you do. Just do it somewhere far away from me. Go on, get lost. We're going to go find it. Alright. I guess in here. Oh, it's the governor, huh? He's the one with the restraint to spare, is it? Of course he is, man. Makes sense, ain't it? Think how patient he had to be to get them all to come round his bathing suit idea. Something troubling you, friends? Oh, I see that you are not wearing your bathing suits. Did you tire of them so soon? No, sir, it's nothing like that. We were just about to board a ship and leave town, that's all. Oh, a ship, you say? So you were dressed for travel, I see. But our letter of passage was stolen. And now we need to ask you a favor, Mr. Governor, sir. I am sorry to hear of your misfortune. What do you require of me? If it is whatever within my power, I will do it. Blech. Thank you very much, Mr. Governor, sir. We need you to help us save somebody. Coming to the aid of one in need, a very worthy goal. But to help him, we need your strength, sir. My strength? Yes, sir. We need to give him back a piece of his heart that's missing. No, one of the heartbroken in our town. This cannot be. Know what they are, do you? Tidy. Then we'll make this quick. As you can see, this young man by here is a wizard who can mend the broken-hearted, no less. By the beards of the mighty. And the person we want to help has lost his powers of restraint. You have such incredible patience and forbearance, Governor. Would you mind sharing some of it to help mend someone's heart? This is unexpected, but of course. Tell me what I must do, and I will do it. Neato, thank you so very much, Mr. Governor. Tidy. On with the show, Ollie boy. Take your part. You obtained some restraint. What is this curious sensation? My heart feels so much lighter. Does this mean I have successfully shared a piece of it with you? It sure does. Nice work, Ollie boy. Now let's go and help out that broken-hearted fellow by the dock, shall we? Yeah, thank you, Mr. Governor. I hope to see you here in Castaway Cove again soon, young man. Wearing your bathing suit, of course. Of course you do. Alright. Damn it all, I thought I had told you to leave me alone. Flipping heck, man, he's really starting to get on my wick. He is. Sort him out with the Ollie boy. Here's some stuff. Restrict. What did you just do to me?
Hey, give that back.
What's the matter? It's just a portrait of some pretty boy. No need to get your knickers in a twist.
It's important. It must be. Why would you steal it if it wasn't?
Let's just say I can't have it doing the rounds. Tell you what, I'll buy it off you. That's fair, right?
No, it's not for sale. We need it.
Oh yeah? Need it for what? Go on, this should be good.
If I tell you, will you give it back?
I might.
It's a picture of one of the great sages. We need to find him. He's gonna help us defeat Shadar.
You what? What did you just say?
We're going to defeat Shadar, all of us, together.
And we reckon this great sage might have some proper powerful magic in it. Ollie boy here's gonna need it.
Okay, we told you why we need it. Now give it back.
You lot think you can take down Shadar? And you want to drag Pretty Boy here into it too?
We sure do. And he'll help us. I just know he will.
You must be even more gullible than you look. That or you're just plain stupid. You realize nobody stands up to Shadar and survives, don't you? Nobody.
Huh?
Nothing. Anyway, you don't stand a chance.
I think we do.
Eh?
Oliver made my father, Rashad, believe again. And he saved me too.
Rashad? What? The great sage? Rashad?
The very same. And he's itching to take Shadar down now.
You're joking. If Rashad is...
We're not joking.
Fine. I give up. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you lot have got me half convinced. All right, I'll take you. I'll show you where to find him.
Hey?
What? You know him?
Yeah, a bit.
Neato. Thanks so much.
I'm Swaine. Good to meet you, kiddo.
I'm not a kid. I'm Oliver.
All right. Keep your hair on. Good to meet you, Oliver.
I'm Esther.
Jrpg, Lord High Lord of the Fairies.
So, I guess we should set sail, huh?
This is so exciting, Oliver.
Sorry about that. Oh, while we're here, while we're doing the introductions, out you come, boy. Out you come, boy. Okay. Meet my familiar. What? You have a familiar? You didn't steal it, did you? No, I did not. Thank you very much. He's my familiar, fair and square. And he packs a punch and a half, I can tell you. Swaine and his familiar have joined your party. There's something I don't quite trust about this Swaine character. He's hiding something. But it sure would be neat to have another friend on our journey, especially one with a familiar. Hey, I'm not just some idiot with a familiar, you know. Why'd I show you what else I can do, since you don't seem to think I'm up to much? You just think I'm up to... Whatever. Aha, just what we need. That chest will do perfectly. Oliver, move around so you're closer to that chest over there, will you? Give me a shout when you've got a good clear view of it. I'm going to show you something that'll knock your socks off. Knock your socks off. Okay. Prepare to be impressed, boys and girls.
Here goes.
Now listen here. You see how far away I am from that chest? Pretty far, right? And you wouldn't think I'd have a hope in reaching it, would you? Well, that's where my pickpocket's pistol comes in. I just use R, the right stick, to lock on to the target, and then press X to fire. Simple, eh? Of course, the nice thing about treasure chests is that they never run away. They're what's known in the trade as easy marks. Right then, here goes nothing.
Ready?
You obtained a fling flame gem. Blah, fling flame gem. Neato. Not bad, eh? I don't get my hands dirty walking up. Hands dirty walking up and fiddling around with locks up close. Real professionals just take aim from a comfortable distance and pocket the plunder with a pull of the trigger. Professional what's exactly? Oh, shut up the goody stuff yet, will you? It'll be proper useful to have out on the side. This one. Friends, we shall set sail. All aboard. Aye, aye, Captain. Come on, everybody, let's go. Alright. You don't hang about, do you? Fair enough, let's get moving. Tidy, time to see the sea at last. Yeah. There's some green over here. Men of the sea must not lie and complain. They must be strong and steadfast. Oh goodness, it is hot. Pleases me to see you full of courage, but still you must remain cautious, I think. Today also I feel bountiful or something. Gee, they sure do look delicious. Indeed they are. Only bustling port town is blessed with fresh produce every day, I think. Now, I mean, no disrespect, but are you feeling quite well? You look pale and a little gaunt. You are taking regular meals, I hope? Perhaps I should give you some fresh fruits to help put a spring back in your step. There's motherly. It's nice when someone spares a thought for your well-being, ain't it? I know what it is. You require some recipes. Simple recipes to provide you with a hearty meal after a punishing day on the road. Receive some new alchemy formula, go on the cauldron. Are you alright? Oh yes, I'm fine. I tripped over the decking, grazing my knee, but it hurts me. Not. You sure about that, man? Looks pretty flipping painful to me. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Most kids would be crying their eyes out right now. And perhaps I am unlike most children. Father told me that boys do not cry, so I promised him that I never would. So you're holding it all in, huh? To keep your promise, I mean. Tell you what, Dolly Boy, this lad's heart is brimming with restraint. Look at your locket, all aglow. Gee, you're right. So, would you mind helping us out with something? You require my help? Certainly, yes. What do you wish me to do? Oh, you don't have to do anything. We just want to borrow some of your restraint. My restraint? I don't understand completely, but it sounds fun, I suppose. Please, go ahead. Thanks. I think this will really help us out. Now we will take your heart. Obtain some restraint. Huzzah. You know, my knee feels better, I think. Perhaps it was that spell you cast. Perhaps it was. Perhaps not. Hey. You mean to tell me you still haven't found us a location for the shop? Oh, for crying out loud, you're useless. Absolutely useless. Hey, what are you talking to me like that for? If I have to put up with you day in, day out, I'll talk to you however I want. Whoa, that was kinda mean. Proper vicious Audie boy. She doesn't look the type either, does she? What are you two looking at? This is between me and my worthless lump of a husband. A little mean right there, but dearest, please, I think something's happened to you. You're not yourself. Oh yeah, of course, man. She's broken-hearted, ain't it? Really? Not a single doubt about it. Suffering from a severe lack of kindness, she is. Mark my words. She's going to do that husband of hers a real mischief if we don't help her. Heartless wife. Alright, let's fix her broken heart. Yep. We have some of that. Just ready. What's going on? My heart, it feels really clear somehow. Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I can't believe the things I said to you. It's fine, absolutely fine. I've got the old you back, and that's all that matters. Thank you, young man. I don't know what would have become of us without you. Please take this. 3 carrot cakes and 200 guilders. Awesome. Obtained a flan. There's a green thing up there. My purses are nearly empty, and yet there's so much more that I wish to buy. So this will be, yeah. Someone must have the very latest bathing suits. Why must I be denied? Gee, you sure do seem like shopping. Just need some restraint. Oh, look at that. It is perfectly simple. 2 perfect. I must have it. Oh, and that one also. Flipping heck, man. She's not even noticed us. She just can't stop. She just can't stop ogling and that peddler's wares looks like that. Can speak. Excuse me, miss, are you sure it's a good idea to be buying all these things? Only you mentioned you didn't have that much left, in your purse, I mean. Please do not get in my way. There is so much that I need to buy. You don't have to buy it all right now, though. Maybe you should save up a little first. Do not trouble me with such petty considerations. I do have to buy it all immediately. I want it. Do you not see? Sounds to me like this girl is in need of a big dollop of restraint, Ollie boy. And we better do something. Yes, of course. And luckily, we have some restraint. Yes, you can't keep spending all our money like that. Tidy. Let's find her the restraint she's missing that need. There you go. Restraint. What is going on here? Phew, it looks like she's back to normal. Was it you who put it into my compulsion? That's right. Jrpg, High Lord of the Fairies at your service. Mr. Jrpg, this isn't the time to be showing off. I dread to think what would have become of me had I continued my relentless shopping. Please accept this, a small token of my thanks. 5 salted ice creams and 200 guilders. 2 stamps. I need some of this stuff. Whoop. Thousand thanks. Right. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna go check to see if that's all we have. It seems like there's no more glowing things. The only thing we still have is the bounties. Something by Alma Moon's main gate appears to be waiting for somebody. Blue Crab has been loitering on the Castaway Cove for some time. Seems agitated, might be injured. We're never gonna leave this place, are we? So, the crab is injured, so no one's here, so let's just get this one out of the way. Dang it. I just want to leave. I just want to have all this done. Mr. Jrpg, is it just me, or does this crab look like it has something to say? Let me see. Nope, I reckon it's just you. Gee, are you sure? It looks so chatty. What should we do? Typing? Heck, man, you're supposed to get your wand out and cast a spell in it. Nature's tongue. Yeah. What am I going to do? Jeepers, you seem pretty shook up. What's the matter? Why, you can understand what I'm saying? What a stroke of luck. I was hoping someone like you would scuttle along. Would you mind helping me out with something? What kind of something? My friend, he was swept away by a huge wave a few days ago. Please, you have to find him. I'd look for him myself, but I'm too shell-shocked. Sure. Well, do you know which direction he went in, at least? Good question. I think the tide must have carried him to the east, but I couldn't tell you any more than that. Alright. Just thought, with that ship of yours, you were the perfect people to go and look for him, you know. I guess so. Alright, Mr. Crab. Mr. Crab. We'll go find your friend for you. Cracking news. Thank you. Things gonna open up quite a bit, aren't they? Alright, so the other one was an Alma Moon. Go do that one. Seeing as the other things we have to do, or we have to go by boat to get to them. Hello, Elna. How are you?
We can do this!
Here goes!
Here goes!
We did it!
It's gonna be nice having a third member now. Sora leveled up to level 20, level 19. Cool. I need to fix the tactics up a little bit for him probably, but yeah. Sweet.
We can do this!
So definitely will use this. Sweet.
Better luck next time.
Sid is all up to level 18. Sweet. Now let's go back to Alma Moon. This music is really nice. Dun 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 dun. Alright, Alma Moon. So by the gate, so this one. Where could they be? Loitering somewhere along the way, no doubt. Are you waiting for somebody? Oh no, I'm not waiting for people. I keep pigeons. It is for them that I am waiting. I send them out to deliver messages across the land, but unfortunately several have failed to return. Or that they may have flown the coop. Gee, I sure hope nothing bad has happened to them. No, this has happened before. They are probably drinking from the milk fountains, but I have messages for them to deliver. If you have time, would you be able to find them for me? Sure. Thank you so much. I would gladly search for the latecomers myself, but I cannot leave here in case they return while I am gone. In all, 3 of my birds have yet to return. They must have all returned to Alma Moon by now. I am sure you will find them somewhere in the city. Leave it to the High Lord of Affairs, my lad. Your feathered friends will be back before you can say pigeon pie. Pigeon pie. Thank you. Okay. So they are probably... Oh, look, pigeons! Not those pigeons, I guess. Oh. Hey, this bird is. Look at that man. That pigeon ain't scared of people at all. Tame as anything he is. Hey, look at his little face. Do you think he's trying to tell something? Yeah, he kind of looks like that, right, huh? Well, you know what to do then, don't you, Holly boy? It's that time to cast a spell. Where is it? There we go. Cool, I'm too scared to go home. I don't want to be eaten. Huh? Eaten? What do you mean? Cool-wee, you understand me? But you're a human. I am, and your master asked me to come find you. He did? Cool! Did he seem angry? Last time I was late home, he said he would eat me if I ever did it again. I really didn't mean it, little birdie. He was probably just angry because you bunked off work, ain't it? Yeah, he seemed awful worried about you. Here, I want you to come home. Cool, you really think so? Alright, thank you for coming to find me. Cool. Tidy, one down, two to go. So, where there are pigeons, obviously that's where I will find the bird. It's the birds. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Boop-ba-doo, boop-ba-doo. There's some pigeons. Alright, let's see. Nature's Tough. Cool, I don't want to fly home yet. I want to play here a little longer. There are messages. Messages that need delivering. You have to go back, little bird. What? You scared me silly. How can you understand me? Who are you? Never mind that. Just go on home. Your master is real worried about you. He is? Cool. But I have to fly so far away to deliver his messages. Sure you do, but people need those messages. They're counting on you. Cool, I suppose they are. They always seem so happy to receive them. Right, I will go back home. Thank you for coming to find me. Cuckoo! Just one more to find. Not up here. I think they're probably up here, probably somewhere. Guy again. Let's see. Nope. Right. Oh, there's 2 pigeons we found so far. Where's the third one? Yeah, it won't show up on the map, would it? I don't know. So it's supposed to be here, right? We obtained a loaf of white bread. Awesome. There wouldn't be one in here, would there? No? Not seen another group of pigeons. Where could they... It's like they're somewhere high up. Maybe? Or... Do you have everything? No? Okay. No, you don't have anything about it either. Save 10 guilders. No. One is missing. Wouldn't be inside here, would it? Somehow? No, you have nothing to say about it. No, we're good right now. I wonder. I don't know where... Yeah, you wouldn't have anything about pigeon, would you? No, can't go back there. Yeah, those two things, obviously. So I have all that equipped, so I don't know how to get those yet. Alright. I don't know. Do I leave? Because I don't know. Unless there's a pigeon in the Castaway Cove for some reason. So whoa. Let's see, can find one more pigeon. It's gotta be. Gotta be in around here. I did check here, right? Well, hi. Hey, Mr. Pigeon, your master's waiting for you to come home. We have to get you back. We have to go back. Cool? Is that the time? I was miles away. Sorry, I got distracted on my way home. I'll go head straight back. Thank you for coming to find me. Cuckoo! Yes, indeed. That's all of them. Tidy, let's go back and see the pigeon boy then, shall we? I bet he'll have a nice thank you for us. Oh, yes, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Alright. So, let's go this way. He has all the pigeons. How can I ever thank you? All my pigeons came home to roost thanks to you. Here, I hope this is enough to express my gratitude. Please, you must take it. 2, that's helpful. 2 phoenix feathers and 400 guilders. That's 2 stamps. So, close to completing this stamp thing here. Wanna go rest up here. And then we'll... I guess then we can leave, because that's only... because all the stuff we have us having to leave and all that. Let's stay. Let's save. We haven't really leveled up a whole lot this time around, but I'm gonna gain a level. Probably gonna gain another level while we go back to the Cove and all that. Not back in there. So now, because the concerned crab one, I have to, I guess, get on the boat and go east, I assume. And the bounties, I have to get on the boat and go around somehow to find these places to get those bounties and whatnot, so... And that will give us a lot of, stamps and whatnot, so... That will be nice. Awesome.
Here we go!
Here goes!
Sweet.
We've won!
And Oliver has leveled up. Awesome. I need to get him some equipment. Now that, you know. Give him. Get his evasion up to. Dang it. Let's not keep giving him that. Get his evasion up. Magic attack. Let's get his evasion up. Nice. See this. Nice. All right. Oop.
Here we go!
Okay. Nice.
We did it!
Yeah, hold on. Let me, Alright. Let's go on down. I really would love to get those bounties done before calling it. I don't know if we will, but no, not that. Just because, like, you know, if I got them last time, I'd kind of like to be able to do them now, if I could. Let's go. Hang on a minute, man. You're hopping on board right now? I know you. Are you sure you're ready? Going to sea is not something to be taken lightly, you know. Just ask my uncle Day or Da, whatever. What do you mean? Well, it's big and dangerous, ain't it? You better make sure that you're in tip-top condition and fully stocked on whatever. Fully stocked up before we set sail for Optimia. Gee, I guess you're right. We got 650. Let me just. We have plenty of health stuff, so let's get something. HP is full. See, 72, just raise it up to. Yes. Oop. Does seem rather useful-ish, so. All right. Let's give that. Let's get that, and then let's get one of those. So now that you. Can keep I'll just let that one keep. Yeah. Alright. Let's set sail. Alright.
There you are!
Sorry, sir. We got a little sidetracked.
The preparations are complete. We sail immediately.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Weigh anchor!
Anchors away! Anchors away!
Another voyage lies before us. My heart sings for the seas. Set sail!
We're moving!
Ah, it's proper exciting.
This is going to be fun.
Men, the seven seas await. Unfurl the sails!
Yeah. Now we don't like instantly go to the place we're supposed to go. Like we can control the ship. Please, we could control the ship.
Shadar, are you straddling?
Huh. And he spoke so highly of himself.
Fool, did he really think the Guardian of the Volcano could defeat the pure-hearted one?
I fear our executor may be a trifle toothless.
Perhaps he forgot his orders. Well, Shadar, what next?
This time, I shall leave nothing to chance. This time he will suffer by my own hand.
So, it has come to this at last.
And not before time.
Your Grace's silence, please.
Very well, Shadar. I will grant you a new power. The power to summon the storm.
You honor me, your radiance. This time, he will be destroyed.
Do not fail me, Executor.
Yes. Ah, the scent of the sea stirs my soul. Now, friend, do you know how to steer a ship? Aha, fear not. There is no mystery to it. Navigate with the left stick and use right stick to change your viewpoint. You will master it before long, I am sure. Should you wish to disembark, head to shore and press X. Then when you wish to take to the high seas once more, approach the ship and press X to come aboard. Our destination is the far-flung continent of Altimia to the northeast of here. That is where you shall find England. If you should lose your bearings on the open ocean, the world map will prove a trusty companion. Press R1 whilst aboard the Sea Cow to consult it. When you are not aboard the ship, meanwhile, press R1 and the local map and then press triangle. In the aid of such a map, there can be no excuse for becoming lost. You can now use the world map. Okay, so we're down there, alright. There's quite a bit of, different places to go. This is good. But I'm loving this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ew. Ah, okay. So now the game has opened up quite a bit, it seems. So, if there's a thing, let's do a quick save real quick. Yeah. Right. Oh. Take on the column.
Come on!
Ow! Oh, crap. That was good timing. Actually, okay. Let's see. Whoa. Thank you. Come on. Yeah.
Nice work!
Yeah. Awesome. Totally was not difficult at all. Dodo level 19, Jafar level 10. Let's see here. So one. Apparently the harder one we got. So that's Robinson Island right there. Alright. Let me go back to the town, let's rest up, and then we can go to the island, get those there, and then we'll probably call it after we get all these bounties, and then you know, next time we can go on out more and, you know, continue on. But what we'll do, just get these bounties out of the way and, yeah. Sounds like a plan. So I'm so glad that we have a mode of transportation like this. It is so nice to have. But, yes. Can I not just dock there? Guess not. It's a little weird, but okay. First, let's go turn in the bounty. Yeah, that's the one thing we got so far. Alright. Get a sacred dagger out of this. 800 guilders. So there is a bonus. Awesome. Hastens your ship's progress across. Sure. Sounds useful to me. Cool. Now let's go rest up. Now we can get around quicker in the ship. That's gonna be nice. Let's stay here. No, let's not save yet. You can have an upgrade. Yeah, you'll have it. Oops, I don't want to get one of these. I don't think the ship's there, so we gotta go back out. Also, I kind of wish you could just dock your ship here and then, you know, leave with it. No, well. Nope. I'm gonna save again real quick now that we're in the boat. Then we go. I think they're over here. Whoa. Oh no! And we're good.
Nice work.
Sweet. I thought I saw a here. That. Okay, let's sure.
Here we go.
Come on. Are you?
Leave it to me. Are you ready?
Sweet. You tamed the barbarian.
Next time.
Sweet. Jafar and Lily leveled up to 12. Baba. Fine.
No slacking, you lot.
Come on.
We won!
Sweet. So which one is it that's... Oh, what's this? Blue crab. Okay. Okay. Nature's tough. Ah, this is the life. Plenty of food, gently lapping in waves. It's a crab's paradise. Of course, that's not what I thought when I first washed up here. I was convinced I was going to end up living like a hermit. But this place is so much more relaxing than Castaway Cove. I've really come out of my shell, you know. And I am never going back. So you used to live in Castaway Cove, huh? Were you friends with another blue crab who lives there? What? Bench me if I'm dreaming, but can you really understand what I'm saying? How do you know about my friend, the one who lives in Castaway Cove? Friend asked us to look for you, mister. Wait. He was real worried, see, and wanted to know you were okay. He was really worried? I see. Hey, could you give him a message for me? Something like, having a great time out here. There's loads of food and the weather's cracking. Scuttle over and join me soon. Alright, I'll tell him. He sure will be happy when he hears you're okay. Thank you, young man. I shake you by my claws if I shake you by the claw if I were a little taller. So that's not. Okay, so those are okay. Got it. Well, we could go get those real quick.
Come on, you guys! Here goes!
What can I say? It's a gift.
These bounties before going back, then. Cake.
Here we go!
Alright. Yep. Nice.
We won!
Awesome. Rika leveled up her C stars. Baba leveled up to level 11. Jafar leveled up to level 12. Good gosh, their health. A short, sharp shock causing untold confusion. Sure. All right. Take on the Puss in Boots or Bounce. Sure.
We can do this! Here goes!
Okay, so fire doesn't do much with them. Okay.
Where was I?
Thank you.
You're welcome. No. These things are a little bit more difficult than I thought they were going to be. Not going to lie. Crescendo. Thank you. Ah, we can just pick it up on this one. Sweet.
We did it!
Goku, Esther, Swaine, Gunther, Lily, they all leveled up. Okay. I'm going to save again. Sorry for all the blue screens and whatnot, but you know, that's how you must save in this game. I think that's sure.
Stay calm now.
Okay. Just one more attacking. A lot of damage though. Why is this one easier? Well, that was simple.
Better luck next time.
Sora level up to level 21. Learn War Cry. Go-Go level up to 20. Learn Bubble Bath. Sweet. over here. Let's bring in all this stuff here. And then we're gonna call it. And then onto the open sea next time. Let's go claim these bounties. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo. Poison pinch gem. Easier one, but gives us more stamps for some reason. A whalefish tusk. Sweet. Okay, the crab. Let's go finish this up. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, that. There we go. Found your missing friend, Mr. Crab. Really? Did you bring him back? Well, you see. So he washed up on a desert island, did he? Still, it sounds like he's having a cracking time. Well, why don't you go pay him a visit? Visit? Yes, perhaps I will. He did invite me after all. Listen, thank you ever so much for finding him. Please, take this. It's the least you deserve for going to all that trouble. 3 cups of strong coffee and 400 guilders. I'll take it. Received 3 merit stamps. Alright. Let's go rest. And then we're gonna call it. So we did quite a bit today. We did all the stuff around here, finished up the Alma Moon region, I guess you could say. Yeah. Feel pretty good about what we accomplished today. The next time we will head on to bigger and better things, I guess. So well, it's not necessarily a remake, it's a remaster, so I don't know if they added anything or not, because I've never actually completed the game myself. So this is kind of, I have played it before but never finished it. But in my opinion, I think I would get it again because it is a really good game. But that's also just mostly, you know, up to you, obviously, if you want to get it. If you love the game, I'd say sure, get it again. But I will say it is probably a little bit better looking. So yeah. If that, I don't know if that helped or not, but yeah. Let's see here. But like I was going to say, but thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for stopping on by, and yeah. So I suppose until next time.